these are the standard negative keyword lists that I like to make now. And we're going to make one of them today. It's going to be the brand term one. But basically, here's the names of the list. This is the same in every account. And then here's in parentheses, like more specifically, where to apply them. But basically, what we're going to do is we'll look through them a little bit. I mean, you can read the descriptions later. You'll have access to the naming convention builder. But you have this goes to the non-brand campaigns to basically exclude brand terms. This one we apply to branded search and shopping. So this way, if there's anything showing up in your branded search campaigns that aren't relevant to your brand that you want to take out, you put them here. Non-brand negatives, so these go into non-brand and shopping as well. And again, I will make another course on shopping. It's too much for one course. And then competitor negatives. If we absolutely do not want to bid on any competitor terms, we make this list, we apply to that campaign. But we're actually going to make, because this account does not have a branded search, so we're actually just going to make it and apply it to the non-brand campaign. And you'll start to see how now we can use these campaign types and negative keyword lists to control traffic and bid on it appropriately by intent, by the intent to convert. And you'll see different conversion rates for each of these types of campaigns. But what we're going to do is we're going to basically use a couple of free tools that have been on the internet for as far as I can remember. And we're going to make some negative keyword lists. So the brand here is Zodiac Collective. Now the domain, it only has one C. That was just what was available. I kind of liked it instead of having two C's anyway. And that's the brand name. So we're gonna put like a couple of different versions of this in this typo generator, this misspelling generator. So Zodiac Collective. We'll do it one word too. We'll do it with two words. Now, we're not going to do Zodiac by itself. We're not going to do Collective by itself because we may actually need to show ads for the word collective in the non-brand at some point. And the brand is Zodiac Collective. Now, depending on how granular you need to get with this, it really just comes down to knowing the brand, and that comes with time. I've worked on a lot of brands, so I kind of have a good sense of how to approach these now. But you'll get that with time. When it comes to this, though, just grab these terms, and we're going to misspell all of these. And here's the whole list of all the misspellings. Now, the reason that we do these misspellings is, again, negative keywords don't automatically support misspellings. You have to create them. So this is actually really problematic because some brands have like an intentional misspelling of the term. So you never catch them all because people always spell it wrong when they Google it because it's intentionally spelled wrong. But that's not so common. Like for the most part, you just create this list and this usually catches all of them. And then as there's more that pop up, you just make them. But the next thing to do is find a keyword wrapper tool. I didn't put the link to it. I'll add it real quick. There's a tool I've been using also forever. I think it's this one. Nope, not this one. Any of these will work. I just have one that I've always been using. Not this one. I think it might be this one. Yep. I've just been using this one forever. At one point I had a spreadsheet doing it for me, but this is just, it's there. Why not use it? And let me just update this. Cool. So we got the tools in here. And basically you take these proper spellings. You don't want to miss those by accident. You add the misspellings. And then you wrap them. And we're going to take the phrase matches. This is basically saying these two words in this order. Let's take them. Let's make sure we cut them out. And that usually does the trick. So we're going to take this. We're going to make a new negative keyword list. So we're going to go to Tools, Negative Keyword Lists. We're going to make a new one. We're going to paste everything that we just had in here. And we're going to name it based on this. we go. Brand terms, apply it to non-brand. And now you can actually apply negative keywords one of two ways. I'll show you both real quick. So we can click it here. We can hit apply to campaigns and select your campaign. That's usually the fastest way to do it. The other way to do it is to go into the campaign and then go back down to, like we were looking at before, negative keywords. Hit the plus button here and you can select your negative keyword list and add it in here. So this is pretty cool. Now this campaign, like let's say I start scaling up Facebook ads and people are searching Zodiac Collective, but I've already found profitable bids here, right? Like I know how much I should be paying in this campaign. I know how much I can spend. I don't want to throw it off by adding all the high intent brand terms in here. So we exclude everything that could be our brand term or a misspelling of our brand term to our non-brand campaign to make sure that that traffic stays segmented and we can bid on it separately. So that's how you use these negative keyword lists. And we used to get real granular with this stuff at one point where we were taking like competitor lists and excluding them from non-brands and all this. No reason anymore. The keywords do a pretty good job of just winning the most relevant bid now. Google's capacity for understanding searches has just gotten so much better that any granular negative keywords like just doesn't really work anymore. So you end up missing out on a lot of sales because of now how everything has gone so broad. Like you end up just over excluding and actually miss out on a lot of stuff. I'm finding that every time I take like old granular segmented accounts and consolidate them and just get rid of all that crazy stuff, performance goes way up. The accounts are easier to manage. It's easier to stay on top of overspending and underspending, but really the first step to doing this is creating that negative keyword list. And now in the rest of this section, we're going to look at some more campaign types. So this is your typical non-brand. We're going to look at some others.